Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a hell of a show for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, my handle is CTABANZ. Follow the channel as well, DREAMERSPRO, and check out our podcast that we have pinned in the comments below. Let me get into this topic here. This is a topic I'm going to enjoy. The reason I'm going to enjoy this topic is because I've been one of the people out there, and amongst many others, but one of the people out there that have been calling this era the Cupcake Era, right? It's a very, very soft era, and you can see it by the way that the game is played. The game is so skewed towards offense that people like me have grown to find the game to be a bit redundant and in some cases boring, right? Because NBA games now have turned into basically a layup and three-point shootout. It's either you're going for layups or you're going for threes. And the people that backed up this notion are people that always support analytics. Well, you want to maximize twos, you want to maximize threes. But what about the balance in the game? I don't need to see a game of where two teams score 500 points in unison and they say, well, they maximize their opportunities for three. No, that's not for threes and twos. That's not basketball. It's not entertaining when you see no resistance. And a lot of NBA fans have been complaining about this. Former players have been complaining about this. This is getting ridiculous. You see people in the media complaining about it. What is going on here? But nevertheless, the NBA tried to sit up there, twerk it up all over the place, talk about, oh, it's a great product. People love it. I'm like, really? People love it? Really? Based on what? How are we gauging the interest in this thing? We just had the All-Star game, which is the second worst All-Star game in the history of the sport in terms of viewership. They were talking about, it was up 14% from the lowest ever. So it's the two lowest viewed All-Star games. So if people are enjoying it, why aren't they tuning in? This is the question you have to ask yourself. If you make wonderful beef patties at your restaurant, why aren't people showing up to buy it? Oh, it's a fantastic product because I have 5 people come in every day and tell me how great it is. But before I used to have 20 people that come in, but now, I still have 5 and they tell me, like, the NBA product has gotten so bad to watch. And I'm saying this as number one, a consumer, and I'm saying this as a fan. And the offense, even Adam Silver, Commissioner Adam Silver, at the All-Star game, even he was embarrassed. You had Larry Bird and all these guys go in there and talk to them, and it was still a bloody S show at the end of it. So what happened? And I want to give credit where credit is due. I actually caught a whiff of this story while following Tour Off for Sports yesterday. If you don't know what that is, check him out. He makes great content, and he started talking about it. And I immediately went on the internet to look for this article because I'm like, this is very, very interesting information here. But before we even get into this article, this video is brought to you by our sponsor, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is really simple. Instead of just selecting a team, you just select 2 or more players, pick more or less their projected stats, and then you place your entry. For example, this week, I'm selecting 2 entries. Stephen Curry for more than 25 points, and then I got Anthony Davis for more than 2 blocks and Damian Lillard for more than 4 3-pointers made. PrizePicks is also the only daily sports platform with an injury insurance policy. So for example, if you have a player who gets injured in the first half and doesn't return to the second half, that player gets automatically rebooted. What I also love about PrizePicks is that it offers weekly promotions like Taco Tuesdays. Each Tuesday, PrizePicks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value. So go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit matchup up to $100. That's go to prizepicks.com/CLNS, use code CLNS for a first deposit match of up to $100. And once again, once you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So let me get into this article here. It says NBA Competition Committee will begin reviewing offensive advantage to achieve a better balance. NBA investigating offensive imbalance amid historic scoring explosions. In an announcement earlier today, NBA Vice President Joe Dumars revealed the league's ongoing effort to monitor the offensive imbalance of the league. Speaking with ESPN, he explained that the league's competition committee has officially begun assessing whether or not the game in its current form has tilted too far on the side of offense. It is a topic that we're monitoring. We're diving into it right now to make sure that we are on the right side of this. This season has seen record scoring pace across the association, and even teams considered average today are on the higher end for teams across in NBA history. Over the past 18 months alone, we've seen a number of 60 to 70 point explosions from players including Luka Doncic, Damian Lillard, Devin Booker, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Karl Anthony Towns, and Stephen Curry. And then some people reacted to it on, on Twitter. One person said, about time, it's hurting the game. Another, Kenny Beecham, he said, goodbye, defensive three. And other people basically started chiming in to what that article had to say. Let me give you guys my thoughts and opinions on this news. First of all, this is the NBA admitting they have a problem. No one watching basketball today will convince me that this is an entertaining. You just will not convince me. No one likes to see something when there's no resistance. When there's no resistance. And here's what's going to happen. If they start putting in rules like hand checking and all of that, here's what you're going to witness. What we're going to find out is just how skilled this era is. Because we've been making this a skill. Oh, the guys who are so skilled, they're so skilled, they're so skilled. Oh, really? Are they really so skilled? Or is it that the game is tilted towards offense so much that now we can't tell the real from the fake? If they bring offense back into this NBA, you're going to really figure out who are the 30-point per game scorers in the year. Ain't going to be that many. It's probably going to be about 3 guys, probably. All of these 70-point games. So hold on, let me figure this out. You're watching guys score 70 points. The last person to go above 70 was Kobe. You think these dudes can score the ball better than Kobe? You really believe that? Why weren't they doing it 10 years ago? Where were all these 70-point games 10 years ago? Kobe was scoring 81 in a game in the slowest era in terms of pace in the history of basketball. Teams were scoring like 101 points per game. And that dude put up 80 in a game. We're not talking about this current NBA where teams are averaging 35 three-point attempts. 35. If you go back to 1998 Chicago Bulls, that team was averaging 14 as a team. So why was that the highest viewed era in terms of viewerships and ratings in the history of the NBA? Why is that? If defense is so bad, why were more people tuning in back then than they are today? Why? If the game is so much better, why are they witnessing record lows year after year in a lot of these NBA Finals games, playoff games, and All-Star games? What happened? Clearly, the customers don't enjoy it. Clearly, they're not watching. Clearly, like we need to stop lying to ourselves. They're not watching. They're not watching. What I would be concerned with is the boss of TNT saying, listen, we could do without the NBA. That's what the CEO of TNT said. Now, why would they be saying that? Because of low management? Because of the way the game is being played right now is boring. They're looking at the numbers. People aren't really tuning in. So the NBA has to do something. And then we're going to find out who the great scorers are. Talk about the most skilled era ever. We're going to find out who the skilled defenders are. Who are the great defenders in the NBA today? How do we know who they are when you don't play defense in this NBA? Then we're going to find out who truly is skilled on the defensive side of the ball. We're going to figure out who's who and what's what. Because clearly the way that it's going right now, it is a total abomination in my personal view. I can't stand it. I'm not excited to see it. It is ridiculous. A team will get a 15-point lead. In 2 minutes, that lead is gone. Like, what are we doing? The game needs balance. Everything needs some balance, and the NBA clearly doesn't have it right now. They clearly don't. Otherwise, they wouldn't be investigating into ways to balance the game. It is a problem. It is a serious problem and something that has to be done, and I'm happy to see how it goes. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comments, and we catch you on the next show. Peace.